What's up guys and girls, welcome to another video. In this video I want to explore the real reason why Kratos in the Ragnarok trailer decided not to fight Freya and instead push her off the sled. To do this, we need to do a deep dive between the bond of Freya and Kratos. We'll be doing this deep dive by using the official God of War novel, interviews from Cory Barlog, and pages from Lore and Legends. We're going really deep on this, and this video took a while to put together, so I appreciate a quick like on this video. A quick flex of your finger can help this video grow like crazy. Here are the answers to the previous God of War video. I know it was really easy, but the previous trivia question people got wrong, so I decided to throw you guys a bone. This video trivia question is, at the end of which God of War game can you see Kratos shake someone's hand out of respect for helping? Type your answers now, and at the end of the video, I'll give you the correct answer. And if you get it right, you have a chance of being in the next God of War video. Also, according to my analytics, 70% of people who are constantly coming back to watch my videos are not actually subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button for me. I'm trying to reach 60k before God of War releases. It would mean the absolute world to me. I really do appreciate it, and let's get right into the video. To start this video off, I want to show you the interview from Cory Barlog talking about the similarities between Kratos and Freya. These two origin stories are very similar to one another, and this was done on purpose. Here is what he had to say.
For me, this is this really great origin story of Freya. That her origin is a lot like Kratos. It's very tragic, and bad decisions were made, and those bad decisions snowballed into something that just kind of got away from everybody. And where she's going to go next is so awesome.
To further break this down, Kratos led various armies into battle. Because he lost one battle, he made a deal with the god and became a slave of Olympus, also losing his family in the process because of a mistake he made. Eventually, the gods betrayed Kratos. And on the other side, Freya led armies into battle as well in the Aesir-Vanir War. However, the Vanir people couldn't win, as it was often a stalemate between them. So she agreed to a deal that was made by Mimir to marry Odin, and she reluctantly joined the Aesir, and she would eventually give birth. Then one day, because Freya did not agree with him, he actually banished Freya, pretty much betraying her. Kratos and Freya are connected through trauma and past experiences. This is writing on another level, and all of this was intentional to put this between these two characters. But now, let's dive into the mind of Kratos himself, get his true feelings and his true thoughts on Freya. Also, I want to dive into Atreus' mind as well, as Freya's appearance and actions made a strong impression on both of them. On page 85 of the God of War novel, here are Kratos' first thoughts when seeing Freya's face for the first time. Kratos gazed up at her, seeing her face clearly for the first time. She appeared no older than his wife, with ocean blue eyes. His lips were thin, her jaw locked, and Kratos detected a thin battle scar running across her cheek. A sparkling blue crystal suspended around her neck caught Kratos' attention. He never expected to encounter a woman in these woods, let alone one with such a valuable gem in her possession. Atreus' thoughts were, her radiant beauty held Atreus steadfast. She reminded him of his mother, not so much by her appearance, but in the way her focus revealed her compassion. While Atreus watched Freya tend to the boar, Freya said, "I will not let him die. You hear that, Hildisvini? You are not going to die today." When she said this, Atreus had these thoughts in his mind. She said that with such intensity that Atreus believed she held the power to make it true. When Kratos picked up the boar, the novel says, Kratos stared back at her. Reading the urgency of her words, he clutched the wounded animal in both arms before rising unsteadily to his feet. In some strange way, she had convinced him to obey her command. The old Kratos would have shown no concern for a dying animal. Or was it his son who had softened his heart towards these two? From their first meeting, it seems Kratos and Atreus became completely smitten with Freya. Kratos first compared her age and eyes to his late wife. noticing a battle scar and her overall appearance. Atreus says she also reminds him of his mother when it comes to her compassion. This is an incredible first impression. The next part, Atreus is talking to Freya and he says that Faye said witches are ugly. Freya asked him, "Am I ugly?" And Atreus says, "No, you're beautiful, just like mother was." This line made Kratos uneasy. The novel says Kratos was uncomfortable that Atreus was interacting with the witch in a similar way he would react to Faye. Kratos thought to himself that even though Atreus is saying these words, Kratos felt nothing but feelings, and it was best to get Atreus away from her. Father and son had very strong feelings for Freya since the very first meeting. A bond instantly started to form as both of them were reminded of Faye in some way. Let's fast forward to the top of the mountain. Kratos asks Freya why she is helping them, and Freya responds after looking at Kratos. She says this. Here's the cutscene.
Maybe I see more of myself in you than I'm willing to admit. Maybe by helping you, I'll make up for a lifetime of mistakes. Or maybe I just like you.
Even though we shot your friend?
Even though you shot my friend, yes.
I think that this has two meanings. The lifetime of mistakes is of course referring to Baldur, her son. Freya just wants to be a mother again. She treats Atreus like her own son, like those small details of her wiping dirt off his face, or being happy when they see each other again when they're bringing Mimir's head to her. The second meaning is that I think she senses a connection to Kratos in this moment. This is why she looks at him, briefly saying how she feels. And of course, like I said in the very beginning of this video, they have a connection with their past traumas, and I guess she feels that a bit. The last thing from the novel I want to show you before moving on to lore and legends is the part when Atreus was healed after being sick. He actually got up and hugged Freya, and the novel says that Atreus wished he could be there with her for eternity. That's how safe he feels around Freya. Now let's move on to Lore and Legends. Lore and Legends is a very interesting book as the events here happen 1 year after the events of the game. The chapter that I want to talk about starts with Atreus saying Kratos really wants to see Freya again. At this point, Kratos and Atreus are not using the quick travel that was featured in the game. They decided to travel on foot from now on. And that day, they traveled through the cold all the way to Freya's house. But her sanctuary was completely covered by vines. Kratos put on a look and both Mimir and Atreus said that they know this look. This is Kratos determined. So Kratos and Atreus took the extremely long way around, took the lift up and approached her door. Kratos knocked on the door several times, but there was no answer. After they went back home, Atreus said that Kratos was really upset with how everything ended. He could feel his father's special connection to Freya. This is straight up said verbatim in the book. With the context I just told you throughout this video, in the novel, and with Cory Barlog's interview, you could really understand why Kratos will have a special connection to Freya. Freya had shown Kratos a great kindness, but also constantly reminded him of Faye, Atreus as well. Atreus always loved talking to Freya and enjoyed meeting her. Now moving over to God of War Ragnarok. Of course, we see Freya running in the cold, fucking barefooted, not caring, just focusing on Kratos and Atreus. She jumps and attacks. Uncharacteristically, Kratos just pushed her away as if he didn't want to fight her. And I think with all of the reasons I explained to you throughout this video tells why he didn't want to. He has a special connection with her. He feels something for her. Probably when he looks at her, he thinks of Faye. At least a part of him probably does. Remember, no one has really shown Kratos this kindness outside of Faye. Freya had given him pretty much an ally that he really didn't ask for. You know, before this, he was pretty much alone before meeting Faye. And before that, he was losing his mind, traveling with nothing but the clothes on his back and his blades for at least 100 years. And before that, he was fighting the Greek gods. There's never really been an ally to really push themselves on Kratos, kind of how Freya did. And I think this is where this special connection comes from. I'm pretty sure there's a part of Kratos that feels that he's embedded towards Freya, that he owes her for saving his son and showing him the kindness and helping them. But what do you all think about everything I just said about Kratos and Freya's relationship? I love doing these deep dives and I hope to do more in the future. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Deuces.